Hey everyone, I'm Noister,
And I'm Zayuru.
and we're going to be reviewing the new Kamen Rider Series X8, which, God,
Yay!
I hope it's better than Ghost.
Oh god, yes, I hope it's better than Ghost.
So far it looks promising. I'm really excited. It kind of has a little bit of a vibe of Forza and a little bit of Drive mixed in.
Yeah!
But super psyched.
Yeah, for sure. Personally, I am super stoked for the gaming aspect of it. Then, of course, they're using cartridges and like the graphics are kind of dated, but you don't know what year they're in the Kamen Rider universe, so...
That's true. Yeah, it kind of has like an old school feel to it, especially when during his special at the end of it, his finishing move, he just blows in the cartridge, like the old NES games back in the day.
Oh, that's just kicked me right in the heart. I was like, yep, that's perfect.
Right?
Now, question for you, dude. What were some of your favorite points of it?
Honestly, this might sound really weird, but when he first goes to the CR and he runs into the director, the director looks all serious for a second, and then all of a sudden you hear this bang in the background, and his facial expression changes to like this crazy smile. And it's just so hilarious to see that. I'll try and put that in the video here. And he does that a couple more times where his mood will just change on a dime, and it just cracks me up every time without fail.
True. I don't know how your feelings on him are. Personally, I think he's gonna be like Kamen Rider Jin from Drive, just because the director and how weird and silly he was.
God, I hope so.
Yeah.
Because the director looks amazing so far.
Also, I'm not sure if this is how you feel about it, but like exactly like you said, that weird little sound and like it kind of clickers back and forth between his like serious face and the not so serious face. To me personally, that almost feels like a glitch in the game where it's like jumping back and forth.
You know, I can kind of see that. Before we get too far into it, basically the concept so far is the main character is an intern at a hospital. He runs into this nurse who has a device used to combat this new virus that is infecting people that has to do with the gaming world. Through the course of their collision in the episode, he uses this to fight the new viruses that manifest out of the bodies of their victims. Interesting concept. I already like it better than the concept for Ghost.
Yes.
But then again, there's not much I liked about Ghost.
Same.
And you know, so far in the first episode, they're already kind of laying the groundwork for some interesting ideas. Like at the very beginning, you see the main character as a child, and he obviously was in some sort of accident. They don't really give a lot of details, but he goes to the hospital, and the doctor operating on him has his face covered with a mask. I didn't think much of it at the time, but then you see him in bed after the surgery, and the doctor's talking to him, and they have the glare in such a way that you can't see his face. So I'm wondering if there's some hidden story behind that doctor, if he's going to show up again, if he's important in some way, because honestly, why would they cover his face?
Yeah.
Otherwise, I mean, I'm probably reading too much into it, but I'd still like to see something happen with that later on.
Same thing here. Personally, and this is what I was gonna kind of bring up now that we just kind of mentioned the belt. Might as well throw this out here. So, I don't know if you caught this. When he's doing the henshin sequence and transforming, you know how it appears kind of Mega Man style, has their profiles with all little pictures of their heads. Didn't know if you caught this. There was 2 unlocked characters. So to me, that shows there's going to be 2 more riders that show up that have not been announced yet.
I did notice that. Also, speaking of Mega Man, did you kind of get the vibe that maybe the game from X8 is kind of similar or maybe based off of Mighty Number 9?
Yes.
I mean, they're both side-scrollers. The name is kind of similar. I mean, it might not be. Once again, I might be drawing conclusions, but it just kind of reminded me of that, so I thought that was funny.
Yeah, what I personally liked about the whole, like, even when he's in his level 1 form, is the way he jumps. Reminds me a lot of the way Super Mario jumps, and then when he has his hammer, the way he holds it, reminds me of Fix-It Felix Jr.
You know, that's true. I can see it completely.
Yep.
So I have high hopes for this series. It's honestly, the special effects are pretty crap.
Well, that's true of all series, especially after they follow up Ghost. I'm very much certain their budget their budget.
They have a small budget. However, it feels, like I said earlier, it feels like Forza. The comedy is there. I was just laughing my ass off through the whole thing.
Exactly.
Just so many moments of great timed humor and facial expressions and physical comedy. The first time he henshins and you don't see his full form yet, and then it zooms out and he's like this fat suit Kamen Rider. It was hilarious.
I was dying when I saw that for the first time.
God, it was amazing.
Oh yeah. Now, I just wanted to bring up my point here is because of what they showed for the next episode. For those of you who have watched it already, you would know already. They're going to introduce the next rider in the next episode, which is Kamen Rider Brave, which is the other doctor in the place, which is an asshole, which people who know me personally know I love asshole characters.
You do love assholes, except for in Fies.
I mean, Fies himself was an asshole, and I loved that, but the other characters were just... They needed to stop.
So am I correct in assuming that the doctor you're talking about is the guy that was sitting in the back of the car at the end of the episode with the driver ball next to him? Yeah. Exactly.
That would be Brave. And another one that I saw, they showed, I can't pronounce his name, but it's Kamen Rider Gin. Mm-hmm. They showed him fighting X-Aid at the end as well, which I personally like because I like the anti-hero characters that are just mysterious. I want to know where he comes from. And what I was thinking, you see Graphite with what I am assuming is the main bad guy of the series, that other guy playing the video game, and Graphite had the weapon of Gen. He had the weird little bug chainsaw gun thing on his arm. So I want to know.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I want to know, is he Gen, or does somebody steal it, or does he give it to somebody to work as their rogue agent?
Wow, that's a good question. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, that's... Said me, I like the rogue element, I like the mystery, I want to know.
Okay,
plus he looks like a fucking badass.
We can assume that guy is the main bad guy, as of right now. If Ghost taught me anything, though, you can't assume anything, because it had 4 or 5 different big twists with different bad guys introduced. Sure. But then we have the anti-hero that was the doctor riding in the back of the car with the belt. But they also showed another character who had the black hair with the white streak.
Yes.
Not entirely sure who that is yet. Is he a bad guy? Is he a good guy? Is he just a rogue element?
I think he is also an anti-hero, same thing with, like, Brave, because he's actually Kamen Rider Snipe.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, and other thing that you didn't know, probably didn't notice this, you saw the guy at the end of where he went to the convention, and just kind of picked up the little figure?
Yeah.
That, I believe, is Kamen Rider Laser, which is the bike.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I thought before, okay, maybe the bike has its own Gesheta, and then the bike itself gets a personality and becomes one. But when watching it, I saw, hey, he's mentioning racing. Laser's based off of a racing game. And then I took a close look at a picture, and hopefully we can get a picture of it here on the video. On the bike, in Laser's form as the bike, close to the throttle, he has the gamer driver on there as well.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Now, one thing
I didn't notice as I saw it.
One thing I'm hoping with this new series is one thing that really bothered me about Ghost was you had these great anti-heroes with Elaine and Makoto, and they started out just completely badass, and as soon as they went to the good side, they just became complete pansies. I mean, they were not the badass they were before. They were not powerful. They couldn't do anything on their own. They relied on Ghost for everything. So disappointing. These guys used to be able to go toe-to-toe with him, provide a challenge, and it was really disappointing to see that happen. So I'm hoping that the anti-heroes in this don't have that happen.
My thoughts exactly. I want to save my more in-depth thoughts on that because I feel very strongly about that for a Ghost review, but yes. I 100% agree with you on that. Especially because Necrom, well, at least Spectre was my favorite character when he came out. I was like, man, this guy's a badass, and then the whole thing happened, his story was tragic, I felt bad, he then turned good. It was like, okay, his character's just kind of winding down a bit, and then introduced Necrom. It was like, okay, cool, Necrom just outmatched both of them. And then he turned good, and I was like, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, pretty much. I stuck with Ghost till the end, but like you said, I'll save that for the Ghost review, which we'll be doing here pretty soon. Another thing I do really appreciate about X8 over Drive was in Drive, I couldn't really get interested in any of the side characters. I didn't really like any of them. They weren't interesting enough, or they were so silly, they were stupid, not silly in a good way. And so far, between the director and the nurse, they haven't introduced a lot of side characters, but at least the ones that they have introduced are genuinely interesting. And I think I'm really going to enjoy watching them. Hopefully that doesn't change, but so far everything is looking better.
It's true.
Like they learned from their mistakes, hopefully.
Now I'm going to interrupt you.
Ooh.
Because you said
Murdered.
you said that you didn't feel interest in the side characters for Drive. Did you mean Drive or Ghost?
I'm
because
sorry.
I'm going to punch you if you
I
said Drive.
meant Ghost. The side characters in Drive, I correct myself, were amazing. I was referring to Ghost.
I was about to say, we were about to throw down, and you said you did not like the side characters in Drive.
No, Drive was amazing from start to finish, so I have no complaints there. Side characters were great.
Which, spoiler alert, we are going to review the mock/heart v cinema because, yes.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, why the hell not? Alright, so, so far the combat, it's better than Ghost, but still pretty simplistic. I mean, I kind of like the old Adam West Batman feel to it, with the little splashes on the screen that say hit and combo and stuff like that. It's really cool, kind of has its own charm to it. The weapons he uses are still very toy-like, not like the older Kamen Riders. I like how on his main weapon, the hammer, he has the A and B buttons on the side of it. It's cool.
Yeah. I like when he uses it as the sword. He hits BB twice, one slash does double hit.
Yes. So I mean, the combat's fun. It's nothing mind-blowing, but I like the visual flair that they gave.
Yeah, and I'm not too fond of the mooks personally myself. When I saw it for the first time, especially with the dressing of them, I thought, hey, are these, the mooks just kind of along with the game? Because the monster they transform, they look like little chefs. Their heads looked like roasted chicken, so I'm thinking, oh, okay, that'll be fine. And then I saw a picture of them without the transformation. I was like, no, they just legitimately look like roasted chicken heads.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I know they're going for like a worm virus type of look, but that color, they could have done with a different color.
So basically, my shortened version of my opinion of it is, yeah, it may have bad CG, yeah, it may look really goofy, but honestly, it looks like it's going to have a whole lot of heart. It's absolutely hilarious from start to finish. Really looking forward to it. I honestly love it. I'm willing to overlook the special effects and all that just because it's so interesting so far. So we'll keep putting out reviews of each episode as it comes. Did you have any final thoughts before we stop?
Nope, not really. All I can really say is X8 looks promising so far. Loved this episode a lot more than like the Ghost first episode, and I'm hoping it gets better.
Completely agree. All right, well, I want to thank everybody for watching, and once again, I'm Noister.
I'm Zeru.
And we will see you next time.
Later.